Going back out to Shane Kanicki, who's learning how to fight this morning. Shane, some of that choreography looks a little too... Oh, uh-oh. This doesn't look good. How are you going to get out of this, Shane?
You know what, we're working through it right now, Rachel. Obviously, we're figuring out how I'm going to get through it, obviously, because that big fight scene, you know, you got to have the way to get through the bad guys in order to get past the thing so that you can, you know, save the day at the end of the day. But we're here, obviously, with Andrew McGee, our fight choreographer here this morning. We're learning how to do some stunts. Obviously, Tall Grass Film Festival kicked off last night, so we're all in the movie-making mood. And so we are making this fight scene that we're going to have live a little later on the show, so you won't want to miss that. But Andrew, okay, so we're going through some fight moves right now. What's another basic kind of step that we need to learn in order to make this thing come to life?
Well, when you want it to come to life, it's just like any kind of story. You want to make sure the story has a beginning, the ending, the middle, but also it has a little bit of intrigue and change-ups.
Sure.
So with that happening, you know, we're going to show different one-on-one, two-on-one attacks.
Yeah.
And then when we do that, people are going to split off and, you know, change partners. So in that way, it creates more dynamics.
Sure. Can we walk through what we were kind of doing over here? We've got the two bad guys that had pinned me up here against the wall. Kind of talk about what we're doing here. So they've got me here.
So now you have to figure out where to release. So when you strike the person, naturally he's going to strike one person with the knee.
Okay.
Boom. Now he throws that person right into the wall. That's where you get that realistic, bam, they hit something hard, they hit, you know, it throws them off.
Sure.
Now he has to automatically, it rolls right into the next person getting struck.
With the elbow?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can cut to another scene, so now you get that action where you get the big guy, you get the David versus Goliath kind of battle going on.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, we're talking Tall Grass Film Festival, obviously. We've got a special guest here that we want to talk to. This is Brian right now, and he is the writer and producer of Blur Circle, a movie that's here at Tall Grass. Okay, so you tell us first a little bit about your movie real quick, and then we're going to get your expertise here on what we're doing.
Well, first of all, they're hired. Amazing. Yeah, so our film's called Blur Circle. It's about a woman named Jill who, when we meet her, she's lost her child for 2 years, and so when we show up, she's kind of locked in trying to figure out where did my child go, what happened, but she's a little stuck. She's a little obsessive about it, and so there's some people who come into her life and kind of interrupt her and help her kind of change the course direction of her life.
Oh, so. Sure. And when can people check out Blur Circle?
Friday night, 6:15 at the Roxy. Please come. We'd love to see you. And we actually had a fight coordinator because we had some stunt going on, and, you know, guys like us were, let's just wing it. And the stunt people are like, no.
Yeah, you got to do it safely.
Way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Now, real quick, expertise. You just watched us do our little fight scene. Tips or tricks that you think would be good for us here in this?
Yeah. So there's two things. One, the main thing is we want coverage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a variety of shots. The first thing I'm going to have is a wide shot just to make sure they got the whole thing that they're doing. But then what you heard him say was that he's breaking it off into segments. So every time he breaks it off into twos, I have to get new coverage.
Yeah.
And then my trick is making sure my camera placement is hiding what they don't want me to see,
Absolutely.
Sort of like a magician.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to have this all coming up here in a little bit. Like I said, a live fight scene throughout the morning. We'll also be talking about Tall Grass a little later on as well. But right now, we'll send it back to you. We got a fight scene to learn.